Good morning, fifth graders. This week's review with Rindo is going to have us practicing adding decimal numbers, but also learning that decimal numbers can always be added as fractions as well. So we're going to go through two different problems together. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve each problem both as a fraction problem and as a decimal problem, because it's really important that we see that every decimal problem is also a fraction problem and vice versa. It gives us flexibility on the most efficient way to solve certain types of problems. So first things first, last week we focused on reading these decimal numbers correctly. So we should not say 5.6 plus 3.95. Because if you read it that way, you are not hearing the fractions and mixed numbers that are being represented here. So if I read this correctly, this problem actually says 5 and 6/10 plus 3 and 95 hundredths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that as a fraction problem. I'm going to write those as mixed numbers. So over here, I'm going to write 5 and 6/10 plus 3 and 95 hundredths. So those are the numbers that we're adding together. Now, last unit, we pretty much learned over and over is that to add fractions, we need common denominators. Right now, one of these problems has tenths, the other one has hundredths. So we want to rename one of them or both of them so that they have common denominators. For this specific problem, all we have to do is put times 10 here and times 10 there. And now, instead of 5 and 6/10, we have 5 and 61 hundredths. And over here, we still have 3 and 95 100ths. So now we got common denominators, which means we're ready to add them up. So I could add the 5 wholes and the 3 wholes. And then I could add 60 hundredths and 95 hundredths. But I'm not going to do it that way because we've talked about a strategy before. I see that 3 and 95 hundredths is really close to being just a good old-fashioned whole number. So I see that it's close to being 4. And specifically, it needs 5 more hundredths. So I'm going to use a give and take strategy. I'm going to take 5 100ths from the 5 and 60 hundredths and give it to the 3 and 95 hundredths. So that makes 3 and 95 hundredths 4 wholes. And that makes 5 and 60 hundredths into 5 and 55 hundredths. And now when I add those together, it's pretty obvious. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then we have 55 hundredths as well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to solve this problem as decimal numbers because we said there's flexibility. There's an option. So now, instead of solving them as fractions, I'm going to use the standard algorithm, which means I'm going to write these numbers up and down vertically and add them the way that we've kind of been adding for years, in all honesty. So the main thing we have to remember is that our decimal points have to be lined up when we decide to use the standard algorithm. So I'm going to put 5 and 6/10 right there. But now, when I put 3 and 95 hundredths underneath it, the decimal has to be directly below it right here. So that means that my 3 would be right there, my 9 would be right there, and then my 5 would be right there. And I'm going to put my plus sign and draw our line. Now, with this empty spot, we can go ahead and we can put a 0 in there because 6/10 is the same thing as 60 hundredths, which is exactly what we just did on the fractions over here a moment ago. But now we're ready to add these the way that we always have. So I'm going to start right here in the hundredths place, and I'm going to do 0 plus 5, and that gives me 5. I'm going to go to the tenths. 9 plus 6 gives me 15. So I'm going to carry the 1 and leave the 5. And now 5 plus 3 plus 1 gives me 9. Now the last thing I have to do is I need to bring that decimal point straight down in my answer. And now we have an answer of 9 and 55 hundredths, just like we had when we added them as mixed numbers. All right, let's go through one more problem as a team. And this time, instead of starting with the fraction connection, this time I'm going to start with the standard algorithm. We can do one and then use the other way to check it. So if I read that problem correctly, it says 3 and 25 hundredths plus 3 and 8/10. So I'm going to rewrite that vertically. I'm going to put 3 and 25 hundredths. And then underneath it, I'm going to get my decimal point lined up directly below. And now I'm going to write 3 and 8 tenths. I'm going to put my plus sign right here. And now, again, I think you guys know that with that empty spot, I can put a 0 in that spot because 80 hundredths is equivalent to 8 tenths. We really didn't change the number. So now we're ready to add it up. We're going to start with the hundredths place. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 8 plus 2 is going to give me 10. So I'm going to carry a 1 and leave a 0 behind. And then 3 plus 1 gives me 7. Bring my decimal point down, and our answer is 7 and 5 hundredths. Now, over on the other side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to solve it with as fractions. So the first number was 3 and 25 100ths. And our second number is 3 and 8 tenths. Now, again, we can't add these fractions yet, not until they have common denominators. So what I would do is I would take this 10 and multiply by 10 and then repeat that with the numerator. And now I'm going to rewrite the problem. Now it's 3 and 25 hundredths plus 3 and 80 100ths. And so now when I'm going to add these together, I'm again, I'm going to use a give and take. I see that 3 and 80 100ths needs 20 more hundredths to become the number 4. So I'm going to move from this number to this number. I'm going to take 20 hundredths from 3 and 25 hundredths and give it to 3 and 80 100ths. So 3 and 80 100ths becomes 4. And then 3 and 25 hundredths becomes 3 and 5 100ths. And when I put these numbers together, that gives me 7 and 5 100ths, which is exactly what we had as a decimal. All right, guys, you've watched the video. Now, the more important part is that you actually practice these strategies. So what I need you guys to do is to get your review packet. And when you are going through this packet, you don't just pick one way or the other, but instead, I need you to solve it first as a fraction and then with the standard algorithm, or first with the standard algorithm, but then with the fraction. You're supposed to solve each problem both ways, not just one of them. All right, guys, happy practice.